communication involves the use of drums. All right, and this drum performs so many functions because it produces so many sounds. In time of warfare is there, entertainment is there, information is there, and so many.
What is Southeast Tour without a touch of history? Hey there! Ndewonu! It's your girl Abia of Southeast. So today we would explore a detailed video of the National War Museum right here in Umuahia, Abia State. So, first off, I would like to take this time out to say a huge thank you to all my amazing subscribers for journeying through this 100-day challenge with me, and also to give a special shout out to Miss Majesty Kindness Etiukudo for your thoughtful contributions to my channel, and also specially welcome you to day 97 of my 100 days challenge. My goal with this video at the National War Museum is not only to preserve history, but also to educate future generations about the impact of war and the importance of unity in our society. So, come with me, let's explore history together. Here we are at the National War Museum. Let's hear and learn from our tour guide.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, indeed, we are happy to have you in our midst today. Here is the National War Museum. You know, the museum was sited here because of the two immovable monuments we have in Umuahia, the Ojukwu Bunker and the Voice of Biafra Bunker. Meanwhile, the man standing with you is known as Mr. Abara Clifford Chinedu. So because of the two immovable monuments, the museum was sited here. You know, during the time of Nigerian Civil War, after the fall of Enugu, Ojukwu and his men relocated to Umuahia. That was when the two well-preserved bunkers were built here. So in the museum here, the first phase of this place was launched in 1985 for the purpose of preserving for posterity the Nigerian war effort through the ages, and commissioned in 1989 for the purpose of consolidating the gains of national unity. We have galleries. Galleries are rooms where we display objects and the material evidence of man. So we have them in groups. We have traditional warfare, armed forces, and the Civil War gallery. So here is the first room of the traditional warfare gallery that tells much about the evolution of weapons. So gradually, if you start from the man called Shaka Zulu here, the man will learn that whether the formidable military unit known as the Black Napoleons around 1824. So vividly, what we are trying to showcase is the use of good implements of war. As you can see, even though there is no vehicle, they rely on the use of beasts of burdens. At the point we learned elephants were used. The amphibious warfare, we have canoes as the forerunners of today's modern patrol boats and the ships. Gradually, as developments keep on going, and for your information, development we believe started almost at the same time. At the point of colonization, the blacks, the Africans to be precise, abandoned their own method and pursued that of the Westerners. So you look at the American War of Independence of 1776, the type of weapon of war they used around that time. So as we proceed, the introduction of modern arms such as cannons, the use of trenches, the use of armored cars, and you now see a modern soldier at Stalingrad in 1942. That's during the time of Second World War. So if I'm to give you comparative analysis of this man and Shaka Zulu, you see the difference is quite clear. Just look at Shaka Zulu, the man will indulge in what is called guerrilla warfare. What I mean by guerrilla warfare is the hit and run. But this man stands the chances of fighting for a long time. And besides, we have the strategy of a corporate group in warding off an invading force in the earliest time. Good and fine. Let's see physically some of the Nigerian traditional warfare implement, starting from the imaginary paintings of the early men and the use of stones as the weapons of war. Though these stones serve dual capacities, you understand? They are there for territorial expansion, domestic uses, and war or fighting, as you may have it. We have their names. We have the stone bow, we have the cleaver, we have scrappers, we have police axe, we have anchors, even a sling. At a point when iron was discovered, though malleable iron was discovered at the initial stage, our people now change to the use of weapons of war made of iron, such as the swords, the daggers, and the special sword. You see, another illustration indicates that before the advent of the white, our people have discovered iron. To prove it, in our farming system, we make use of cutlass and hoes made of iron. Our hunting system, all the way. And all these are peculiar weapons of warfare. You know, if you talk of jihads, the time of dynasties and empires, many people use all these things in those days. So the white man will come to tell you that he discovered this and that. They didn't discover all these things for us. Rather, they came to develop all these things and impact their own Western knowledge. Look at the use of lances, spears, javelins. All this. You're fighting at length, and many of them as staff of office. You see this one, the staff of office. If they are able to see the and also title holders in Igbo land, this forms part of their regalias. Now, in areas of protection, involve the use of shields. Look at the shields now used for defense. All these are made of different animal skins, but this is made of buffalo skin. So then the tanning, and now you see metal, raffia, midrib of a palm front. You may ask, how can this thing be used for protection? That's why it depends on the type of weapon of war the opponents appears with. Like this can match those metal tips, spears, lances, and javelins. For missiles and artilleries, involve the use of bows and arrows. Look at the one initially started with the use of sticks. Alright? As time goes on, and people started making use of the ones with iron tip. And you can see the original tip of a spear, arrow, sorry. And you can see the two dangerous hooks attached to it. You know the essence. So that if this penetrates human body, you can pull it. And for immediate effect, we learn to dip them into poison before using them. Now you see the changes in technology. From the use of sticks, the use of stones, now metamorphosized to the use of modern arms there. But for communication, involve the use of drums. Alright? And this drum performs so many functions because it produces so many sounds. In time of warfare is there, entertainment is there, information is there, and so many other things. And they use it to decide and ginger soldiers at the battlefront. Let's assume in their village, in the community, if you want to gather the community together, you don't need to go to their houses. The sound of this thing will alert them. Even in time of danger, maybe in the night, you will see the sound of this, and people will follow it with a shout in Igbo. Onyekwele feo. You know what that means? Don't allow anybody to pass. They will block all the entry routes in order to catch either thieves or maybe people that care for invasion. Now, look at the cannons introduced by the Portuguese and the locally made den guns. So this locally made den guns, by the time the Portuguese introduced the modern gun, our people looked at those ones and were able to produce all these ones locally. Now come and see what happened here. Look at number one. That was a rifle, was made in England, used around 1902. Our people looked at it and were able to carve out this too. You see, now the two Lewy automatic machine gun that were used during the Second World War and the time of Nigeria civil. You see how we started now. From just the use of sticks and stone, gradually, if it is the changes gradually the development and stages we are now. These are now modern weapons of warfare and technology. That's all about the traditional warfare gallery.
Who would have thought such creativity? Now, we are moving from the Armed Force Gallery, where we will be exploring the history of Nigerian forces before and today. And I hope you are excited about learning this history, just as I am.
Nigerian Air Force flags. Now, coming to this particular area, the evolution of Nigerian Army, which we believe was traceable to the local diverse forces raised in those days. But as at 1922, an ordinance constituting the soldiers of West African Frontier Force was promulgated, and in 1956, the name was changed to Queen's Own Regimental Soldiers. In 1960, the name was changed to Royal Nigerian Army. The name Royal was there because they were still under British supervision. And in 1963, the name Nigerian Army remains till death. Meanwhile, we have the picture of soldiers of West African Frontier Force as at 1922. Then we have the old method of taking oaths, picking of swords, and some of the belongings of our ex soldiers. Now, you come along and see more of the colonial pictures. See more of the colonial pictures. So all through this colonial gallery, understand? And let's see the current Nigerian Army gallery. So you will get to see it at the point when we reach that place. This area, the second room, tells much about Nigerian Army, starting from the first Nigerian military head of state, Aguiyi Bala Muhammad, and also Obasanjo. Now, beside, we have Buhari, Babangida, Abacha, and Abdul Salam. So now, these are uniform sets for the army, right? So I mentioned these are working uniform sets. So pictures taken at different occasions when they are peacekeeping missions, and the combat uniform sets, followed by lineup of Chief of Army Staff. Let's see more about Nigerian Army. This was Defense Staff, Chiefs of the General Staffs. Now we enter Navy. In the Navy Gallery, we have the photographs of the officers and the similar showcase where we display the old uniforms and soft ordinances. Good and fine. More uniforms, more pictures of the Navy as at 1960s. Understand? Coupled with the outfit of the Navy. Now, presently, they can put on camouflage, both Army, Navy, and the Air Force. So, lineup of Chief of Naval Staff, all this Chief of the Naval Staff, and the Navy have an up-to-date record of their personnel. Up to this point, the present Chief of the Naval Staff. You understand? And that's Vice Admiral E.I. Okay, now as we are moving gradually, you look at some of those aircraft we displayed outside that were involved during the Nigerian Civil War. No, they are not more, they were used. Yes. So now entering the sensitive area, the Biafra section. This third gallery is called Civil War Gallery. That tells much about the Nigerian Civil War, right? This is the leader of the first coup, and the casualties of that coup. You know, here now then served as a radio house, called popularly known as Voice of Biafra. You understand? Now you look at it's written here, Voice of Biafra bunker. And this is the entrance to the underground. So let's see what we have here. The dramatics personnel. Look at the Biafra. You understand me? Headed by Ojukwu. Nigeria led by Gowa. Well, these are people that played their roles during the war, both on the Biafra and the Nigeria side. So as we are moving gradually down the staircase now, you can see prominent people like Chino Ajebe, Sipolekwesi, Jechukwu Merije, and others as the photographs are displayed here. So in other words, here now is the where we display pictures about some scenes from the battles. You understand me? So you can see all this during that war, and some of the locally made mines such as the Kubonibo mines and so on. So gradually, as we proceed, see this gallery was not established for us to rejoice or glorify war. It will use all these things to educate the masses about the dangers of war. Nobody should anything, any civil unrest, anarchy, dichotomy, anything that might cause war. We don't need it. What we need is peace and unity of one Nigeria. You understand me? And now you look at the effects. When you look at all these things, I hope no one will pray for war to repeat in Nigeria. Look at all this happened that time. So as we now come to this particular place.
Well, just because we cannot capture everything in one video, make sure you stay subscribed to this channel so you will see the second part in my next video, where I'll be showing you various military vehicles used during the Biafran War. I also hope you learned and enjoyed watching this video. Until next time, see you in my next video. Bye!